Okay, how the devil are we, everybody? I hope you're all doing fantastic today. So, if you're wondering, why am I sat in my car and not sat in my lorry? Why am I not in uniform or work clothes? Well, the reason being is because I've actually booked a day off holiday. I'm off today. So I've had some personal things to sort out today. I booked it off as annual leave just for today because I've got to go attend my daughter's parents' evening this evening. So to make sure she's doing really well at a new school, to make sure she's doing what she should be doing. And that's one of the reasons why I've taken a day's annual leave to make sure I can attend that this evening. But also I've had other things to do as well. So it's Monday today, the 9th of October already. We're already nearly halfway into October. Christmas is not far away. Anyway, let's move on to the video because this is not going to be a long video, but wanted to record a video and upload a video for you purely because I've had questions around, well, from new drivers firstly, who've been following my channel, my videos, who have taken the boot camp or decided to go into their class 1 or class 2 HGV driving. They've passed, they're doing really well, and they're just curious about what's going to help them on the road in terms of tech. So technology, gadgets, whatever you want to call it, apps. And this is something I looked into quite significantly, and I do use a number of things on the road to make my life a lot easier as a class 1 driver or tramper, whatever you want to call it. So I've taken some time out. I'm sitting in my lovely little car, and I've parked up in the car park where it's nice and quiet, where I can actually get focus on the camera and speak to you guys regarding this topic. So firstly, I'm going to go through some technology, one bit of tech that is absolutely essential, and how to use it is important as well to your HGV career. But secondly, I'm going to go through some apps that I use to make my life 10 times easier when it comes to planning routes, checking addresses, and also apps I've used in the past for my theory test and hazard perception. And that will be mainly for you new drivers. I've done a video on this before. I've done a video on the technology I'm going to show you before as well, but I'm going to emphasize the point again because some people, I've heard there are drivers using Google Maps on their phone as a class 1 driver. I actually personally know a couple who do it as well, and I think it's absolutely crazy. So I'm going to show you what I do, what makes my life a lot easier on the road. And if you want to implement that, it's up to you, but it's there if you want it. So the first thing is this piece of kit here. Now you're thinking, what is that? I think you know what it is. It's a Satnav. I have got the TomTom. Now I've gone through this before, but I'm going to go through it again. TomTom. This is the 7-inch screen TomTom that I personally use. It's a HGV TomTom. It's not a car TomTom. It's a HGV TomTom, and that is what I recommend you get yourself first and foremost before you become a HGV driver. They're about 350 to 400 quid on Amazon, directly through TomTom, however you want to get it. And what you get with it is your suction cap, which clips on the back like that, clips on your window, and you've got your lead, which I've got in my case already, just there as well. HDMI lead, plugs in there, straight into your USB port in your truck, whatever, okay? And it clips off just like that. That's what you get with it. And you get the actual case with it as well to keep it protected. Don't keep it on your window when you leave the truck over the weekend or whatever. Always take it home with you. Now, what I try and do with this as well is I actually physically have my personal hotspot on, my Bluetooth on, and my location services on, so my iPhone is connected to this every single minute of the day for live updates. So that includes traffic, that includes accidents on your route. It's a really important bit of kit to have to plan your route, so you know where the traffic is, where the accidents are, and where the delays are, but most importantly where the bridges are, height restrictions, width restrictions, weight restrictions are as well. This is a fantastic bit of kit, guys. Now, like I said, I'm not actually selling this to you, by the way. I'm just telling you what I have, and that's as simple as that. I use it every day. It's never let me down. In fact, I would say 5% it's let me down. 95% of 100, it's never let me down. Occasionally, this will take you down roads that you shouldn't go down, that HGVs can go down. But when you look at the road and you go, I'm not going to get a trailer around there, no chance, I'll continue on, it'll redirect your route. So 5% hasn't been great. 95%, not an issue at all on the roads. But when you fall into that 5% category of this planning your route, it take, like, for example, if you're in Yorkshire, for example, and it's taking down these little roads, you think, I'm not going to get the lorry down there. That's the times where you think it's a pain in the you know what. But apart from that, great bit of kit. So get yourself one of these first and foremost. Right, that's the first thing I'm going to cover. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, purely because I've done it before. But just to emphasise the point, always have location services on, personal hotspots, and your Bluetooth connected to your iPhone or your smartphone for live updates daily. It will save you a lot of time on the road, especially traffic and accidents on the M6. Right, let's move on to this bit. I want to go through some apps with you because that's quite an important topic. A lot of people have said that. On my phone, I have categories top there called trucking apps. I have it all organised on my phone to make my life easier as well. Now, when you if you become a tramper, for example, whatever company you join or whoever you work for, whatever fuel cards you get, you'll get fuel cards. We use BP, we use Key Fuels, we use a number of petrol stations, diesel stations up and down the country as trampers. We have fuel cards on us. So one thing I recommend is get yourself, the first app I recommend, and I'll put it on the screen now, is Key Fuels. Key Fuels is just right there. Key Fuels. Now, a very popular petrol station up and down the country for HGV drivers. If you need diesel and you don't know where you are, you're in the country, whatever, you want to find where your nearest Key Fuels is, you put the postcode town in your current location in, it'll find you the nearest Key Fuels petrol station for your lorry. Really important bit of kit. That's the first app I recommend. Okay. The second app I'm going to go through is an app called InTruck. Can you see that? InTruck. This one right here. InTruck. Now, InTruck, what that does, this will give you, this is important, this will become your best friend in many cases. If you don't know much about the roads, you become a tramper, you're running out of drive time, you've got no rest time left, you're on a 13-hour day, or you're on a 15-hour day, you've done 9 hours drive time or 10 hours drive time, and you are looking for urgently looking for a service station or a truck stop, this is your best friend. You can use Google, but if you need a Snap account, and you'll learn more about Snap accounts if you're not a driver already, a Snap account is paid by the company. A Snap account is only specific road chefs up and down the country. If you need a Snap account, it's highlighted in red on all your service stations and truck stops. That's where you can pay for Snap. Example. Now, there are hundreds of truck stops and services up and down the country. This will become your best friend. All you do is, if you've got your location services on, you can see here, top right and top here, A to Z and near me. You just click onto nearby. It gives you the map. If your location services is on, is mine on? Mine isn't on. Give me a second. I will do that again. Turn my location services on. Sorry about that, guys. I will just show you again. So, nearby, and it would give me the nearby based on my location service. You see there, if I go to A to Z, it gives me from A to Z. If I click onto nearby, it gives me all the nearest truck stops and service stations near me, or petrol state, or service stations basically, near me to where I'm located at the moment with my location services on. Brilliant bit of kit. So you can't get stuck. If you need parking, use this app, you'll never fail. Okay, tells you how many miles you are from that service station or that truck stop, and tells you what they take for payment as well, how far they are, how far it is in miles, etc, etc, etc. So that's another app, guys, I strongly recommend. So go and get yourself that app as well. So Key Fuels, InTruck are the first two apps. You've also got HGV Parking, another app called HGV Parking. I'll just show you on there. And you've also got Truck Parking as well. InTruck is the best. That's all I'm going to say. So just stick with InTruck. I've got them as backups. Right. Another very important app is going to be, this is very important as well. So you plan your route. You've been given your job from the office. Right, I've delivered this one. I'm now been given another address for collection, or you've collected and you're going to delivery. You now need to plan your route to that job. And the most important thing is, once you've planned your route, or as you're planning your route, you need to check the address. You've never been there before. You want to check to see what the surroundings are like, the road conditions, and where that property is that you're delivering to. So the app you're really going to need with location services on is Google Earth. I'll show you why. Google Earth, bottom left-hand corner there, I've got it just there. Click onto that, it opens it up, Google Earth. This will also become your best friend, because there was one thing you do not want to do as a Class 1 driver, especially. Class 2 you'll get away with it because of the size of the vehicle. As a Class 1 driver, the number one thing you do not want to do is plan your route, just follow the Satnav, get to an address, and find out you're going to get stuck. You can't turn around. You've taken a road the Satnav's taking you down on. That 5% I told you about earlier, 5% of taking you down the wrong road, that 5% you fall into on that job, you go down the road, it's a dead end, you cannot turn around but reverse back. If it's a main road, believe me, you're going to have hell to pay for, because, yeah, you just don't need it. That's what I'm going to say. So Google Earth will become your best friend. And I want to show, this is a job I did recently. I put the address in. That was the address at the top there. That's an address I did. I copy and paste the address into the search box, and it comes up the location just there. It was a landscape centre, and that was in Birmingham. Okay. Now what I love about this, it's live, is you can actually, I'll show you how clear it is if you haven't used it before. That was the address I went to. Look how clear that is. So it gives me the address, the actual garden centre, landscape area. It tells me there's a main road around, and the entry point looks relatively okay. However, looks a bit tight. In fact, I got to this address in the end, got in there. Getting out was a bit tricky because of the length of the trailer. Took a bit of manoeuvring, a few shunting here and there to get in and out, but I got out eventually. So what that does, it tells you shows you all the roads around the address, where the main roads are, if there's any bridges. Now, I want to show you something here really important. This is why Google Earth is really important. If you look just over here, the address is where the red dot is, just here. But if you look, there's a motorway. There's a bridge. A bridge. That's exactly why Google Earth is really important, because your Satnav can take you through that bridge or down that road to your address, but your trailer's too high for that bridge. It could be a 13'2" bridge or 13'6". Your trailer could be 14'5", 13'5", 14'4", 14'7". Could be a 15'4", 15'7" trailer, I don't know. Whatever trailer you've got. But I'm just giving an example. That plan, this is why I check Google Earth, because you can check to see there's bridges in a nearby vicinity of that address, which there was on the same road leading up to my address. So what did I do? I planned it. On my map, on my Satnav, I looked at the nearest road on the other side of the bridge and brought me in that side, so there's no issues with bridge strikes or height restrictions. And then once I got to that road, I knew it was straight down that road on the left. That's what I did. So I planned my route accordingly to ensure I don't meet these objectives, and hurdles on the way to my job. So that is why Google Earth, guys, is really important when it comes to being a tramper or being a Class 1 driver. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I am not perfect by any shape of the imagination. However, you will, no matter what, no matter how much you plan your route, you will still come across challenges such as bridges as well. Now, even if you plan your route properly. But the reason why I think this is really important is to try and minimise the issues on the road as much as possible on delivery, and to make sure you get there in one piece, to make sure you get there with no major dramas. So I'm only showing you these apps, these free apps, because I think they're really important as a Class 1 driver. Planning your route, checking for services, rest periods, and also, you know, there's nothing worse, especially with in-truck, nothing worse than running out of drive time. You've delivered, you've only got 30 minutes, 45 minutes drive time left, you need to find somewhere to park. Use that app. As long as your location services are on, use the app, and it will show you the nearest service station, you know, to get to, or if you need diesel, the nearest service station to get to. It just makes your life that little bit easier on the road, because you will have moments where you're like, damn it, I don't know this area, I've delivered here, where am I, where do I go, or where's the nearest petrol station, I haven't seen one coming in. Right, in truck, let's have a look, and it will tell you where they are. It will make your life that little bit, even makes your life that little bit 5-10% easier on the road. It'll work. So Google Earth, crucial. Plan your route properly. In truck, great for services, diesel, parking, truck stops. Doesn't include lay-bys, but lay-bys as and when. And Key Fuels for fuel as well. Key Fuels app is something I do use, but not as much. But in truck and Google Earth, absolutely crucial, guys, to your success on the road. And one of these bad boys as well. Get yourself a HGV TomTom. Very, very important. So, apart from that, there's not many more apps to show you. That's not really going to benefit you. It's just personally for me. There is a theory test app that I use, but for new drivers, the one I use is that one, theory test. Just there. That's what it looks like if you want to know. I've done a single short on that on my YouTube channel. You've got Google Street, but Google Earth is good enough, so don't worry about it. Apart from that, looking at all the million apps I've got on my phone, that is pretty much what I recommend. So go and have a look at them, guys. Really, really important. If you're a new driver and you've just passed, get them downloaded onto your smartphone, Android, whatever phone you're using. Make sure you've got HGV Satnav, which is first and foremost before any apps that you use. And just make sure that you're all ready to rock and roll. Try and make your life as easy as possible on the roads. The easier you make your life, the smoother your job will be, the smoother your days will be, the happier you're going to be on the road, and the less stressed you're going to be as well, because HGV drivers are always known as being very stressed. And that's why a lot of them hate their job, because they're not really maybe planning properly, using the tools that are available to make your life easier. And yeah, there's a number of reasons why we get stressed on the road, but I try and be happy, cheerful, energetic, and try and be as positive as I possibly can and make my life as easy as I can, and use the tools available if they work. They do work, tested, proven. I use them daily. Have a great day, guys. Be safe on the road. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you want more videos. And I'm back at work tomorrow, so I'll see you on the road in the Volvo FH500. Speak to you soon.